What if I told you the goal is not to play more golf? It's to play less golf. More specifically, fewer strokes per round, but more rounds per year. Because here's the truth no one in this game tells you. The two biggest reasons people don't play as much golf as they want. First, they're not good enough to enjoy it. And second, they can't afford the time. I'm a nine-handicap and a corporate finance consultant at one of the big four. And today I'm going to show you the exact framework I use to fix both problems at the same time. Stay with me because tip number 3 on the golf side completely changed how I practice, and the income strategy I share takes less than 2 hours to set up for massive results. Let's go. Here's the things about golfer. We all warm up by hitting our 7-iron until it feels perfect. The club we already hit well, and we avoid the stuff that scares us. That's backwards. There's a concept in performance science called deliberate practice, and it basically says discomfort is where improvement lives. For most amateur golfers, that discomfort lives in 3 places: the driver of the tee, lag putting from 30 feet, and the 50-yard wedge shot. Pick your weakest of the 3. Spend 70% of your next 3 practice sessions there. Only there. I did this with lag putting 6 months ago. My 3-putt rate dropped by almost half. That's 2 to 3 shots per round. Gone. Without touching my swing. Now here's something that took me way longer to figure out than it should have. I used to think a pre-shot routine was something tour pros did for TV. Then I started tracking where my bad shots came from. And nearly 60% of them happened when I either rushed or was distracted or still thinking about the last hole. So your pre-shot routine is a cognitive reset. It's how you close the browser tabs in your brain before you execute the next shot. Mine is now 4 steps. 1 look at the target, 2 practice swings with a specific feel in mind, a deep breath, 1 last look, and a trigger word. I use tempo. That's it. It takes 12 seconds. The consistency isn't just physical, it's mental. And mental consistency is worth at least 3 to 4 shots per round to a 10 to 20 handicap. That's science, not motivation. The third golf tip is one I wish someone had told me at a 15 hand. Most amateur golfers play every hole the way the pros do on TV. Hero lines, aggressive flags, going for par 5s in 2. That's not a strategy, that's just ego. Course management is your scorecard before you tee off. Here's what I do now. For every hole, I identify the safe zone. The part of the fairway or the green where a miss still leaves me a makeable next shot. I aim there, not at the pin. On a par 4 with water left, I aim 15 yards right of ivy. On a 180-yard par 3, I take 1 extra club and go center of the green every time. This single mindset shift dropped me from a 14 to a 9 over 1 season. Not the range, not a new driver strategy. And quick heads up, in the second half of this video, I'm going to show you how the exact same principle applies to building your passive income. The parallel is almost too good. Okay, so those 3 golf tips alone, if you actually apply them, could realistically take at least 4 to 6 strokes off your game within 3 months. No new equipment, no expensive lessons, but getting better at golf only solves 1/2 of the problem. The other half, time and money. Because a better golfer who can't carve out 4 hours on a weekday is still not playing enough golf. So let's talk about the financial side. And I promise this isn't a quit your job and trade crypto conversation. This is the boring, structured approach that actually works. At least it works for me. Before you build any passive income strategy, you need 1 number. And I call that your golf number. And it's embarrassingly simple to calculate. Add up everything golf has cost you in the last 12 months. Green fees, club memberships, balls, gloves, the odd new club or wedge, travel to courses, post-round drinks. Be honest, all of it. Then divide by 12. That's your monthly golf spend. For most amateur golfers who play regularly, that lands somewhere between £150 and £400 a month. For me, it's around £250. Now, here's why these numbers matter. This is your first passive income milestone, not some vague financial freedom target, not your full salary. Just, can my investment generate enough each month to make golf completely free? Because the moment golf costs you nothing out of pocket, psychologically something shifts. You stop hesitating when a midweek round comes up, or you stop doing the mental math. It's already paid for. So that's milestone 1. And once you hit it, you set the next one. That's how FIRE actually works in practice. Not one giant leap. a series of small financial wins that compound into early retirement. So go pull your last 12 months of bank statement this week. Find that number, write it on a post-it. That's what you're building towards. Now, once you have your golf number, the next question is obvious. How do you actually generate that income? This is where most advice fall flat. So let me tell you exactly what I use. Covered call income ETFs inside the stock and share ISA. And this single strategy generates over £2,000 a month for me, completely tax-free. Let me break that down because it sounds complicated and it really isn't. A covered call ETF, the most well-known is QYLD, which tracks the NASDAQ 100, holds a portfolio of stocks, but also sells call options on those stocks each month. That option premium gets paid out to you as a monthly distribution. It's essentially the market paying you income every single month, like clockwork. The yields on these funds typically run between 10% and 12% annually, paid out monthly. So if you've built up a £200,000 ISA, which is absolutely achievable over several years of maxing your annual £20,000 ISA allowance, you are looking at £1,700 to £2,000 a month hitting your account tax-free. No self-assessment, no landlord calls in the middle of the night. Now, the crucial part, the ISA wrapper, is what makes this work in the UK. Any income or gains inside an ISA are completely sheltered from tax. So that 2K amount, HMRC doesn't see any penny of it. And for a big four consultant sitting in the 40 or 45% tax bracket, that's the equivalent of earning £3,500 a month gross. So that's a serious number. And what do I do with that income? Most months, I reinvest it to compound the position and make it bigger. Some months, I pay for golf. Both feel great. Just remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research, but this is generally what I do. Now, golf tip 3 was about trying to play strategic golf, not hero golf. Finance 3 is the same idea. Don't aim for rich, aim for done. I am part of the FIRE community, financial independence, retire early. And the core idea is very simpler than most people think. You need a portfolio large enough that its passive income covers your living expenses. At that point, works become optional, including the big four. So here's the formula. Take your annual expenses, everything, not just golf, and multiply it by 25. That's your FIRE number. It's based on the 4% rule. A well-structured portfolio can sustainably withdraw 4% per year indefinitely. If you leave on 60,000, it's 1.5 million. Now plug income ETFs into that model, and that math gets even better. At a 10% yield on 400,000 invested, you're already generating £40,000 a year in tax-free ISA income. That's not theoretical retirement money. That's a very real lifestyle right now, especially if you've paid off your mortgage or managed to keep your costs low. The point isn't to wait until you hit some magic number and then quit everything at once. It's to watch your passive income creep up month by month until one day your ISA distributions are larger than your salary. And then you've realized you've been financially free for a while without even noticing. That is when you play golf on a Tuesday and you don't feel guilty about it because you've already retired. You're just choosing to show up. Now let's bring it all together, because the bigger idea behind everything I just shared is this. Golf is a mirror. The players who improve fastest are the ones who practice deliberately, play strategically, and track their performance honestly. And the people who build lasting wealth, same exact profile. So here's the full framework. Practice your weakest skill, not your comfortable one. Build a pre-shot routine that resets your mind before every shot. Play strategic golf, not hero golf. Calculate your golf number and make it your first passive income milestone. Use cover called ETF inside an ISA to hit that number tax-free. And build toward your FIRE number. So that one day, golf on a Tuesday isn't a treat. It's just a Tuesday. 6 moves, 2 games, 1 goal, retiring early on a golf course. Like this video if it gave you one thing to act on. And drop a comment. What is your golf number? I'm curious. See you on the next one.